I want to share a story with you about a complex relationship that unfolded in the quiet corners of a suburban home. In the small town of Maplewood, life often felt predictable, like the gentle harm of a summer afternoon. But beneath the surface, things were changing for 18-year-old Claire. Her father, Robert, had always been a man of few words, a quiet presence in her life who had been there, but never truly connected with her. Claire's mother, Lisa, was loving but constantly busy, often caught up in her own world of work and responsibilities. One summer evening, while Lisa napped on the couch, Claire found herself alone with Robert. The air was thick with unspoken tension. "Dad," Claire began, her voice unsteady. "Do you ever think about what it really means to know someone?" Robert looked up, surprise flickering across his face. "I suppose I do. Why do you ask?" As they talked, Claire felt an unexpected bond forming. They shared stories about favorite books, childhood memories, and even laughed about family mishaps. Each moment felt electric, as though they were uncovering parts of each other that had long been buried. But as their connection deepened, Claire felt a heavy weight settle on her. Was this connection crossing a line? As the night wore on, Claire glanced at the clock and realized how late it had gotten. "I should probably head to bed," she said, though part of her wanted to stay. Robert nodded, a hint of reluctance in his expression. "Good night, Claire. I enjoyed this," he said. "Me too, Dad," she replied, walking away with a strange mix of warmth and confusion. What had started as a simple conversation had become something more, leaving her heart racing with uncertainty. In the weeks that followed, Claire replayed that night in her mind, over and over again. Their conversations became more frequent, often when Lisa was occupied with work. Each interaction was charged, filled with a depth of emotion that both thrilled and terrified her. One evening on the porch, Claire turned to Robert and asked, "Do you think people can really change?" Robert took a deep breath. "I think people can change, but it takes effort," Claire said quietly. "Sometimes we get stuck in our habits, and breaking free can be difficult," Robert replied. Claire felt a pain in her chest as she recognized the gravity of his words. "Have you ever wanted to change?" She asked. "Yes, but it's not easy," he said. His eyes distant. "It means confronting parts of yourself you'd rather ignore." Claire felt a surge of empathy. "You don't have to face it alone." As the summer passed, Claire's feelings grew stronger, blurring the boundaries of their relationship. The more they connected, the more she wanted to help Robert through his struggles. But with that connection came confusion. Was this more than just a father-daughter relationship? On a rainy afternoon with Lisa out, Claire found herself alone. With Robert again, her heart quickened as she asked Dad, "Do you ever feel trapped?" "How do you mean?" Robert asked. "In life," she replied. "It feels like there are things we can't say, emotions we're not allowed to feel." Robert's expression became serious. It's natural to want more, but that desire can bring complications, especially within family. At that moment, the sound of a key turning in the lock interrupted them. Lisa entered the house, unaware of the tension in the room. Claire felt a wave of disappointment as their moment was lost. But the bond she shared with Robert had only grown stronger as autumn approached. Claire wrestled with her emotions. The connection with Robert felt both exciting and risky. One evening after dinner, they stood together in the kitchen, with rain tapping against the windows, creating a cozy atmosphere. "Claire, I've been thinking," Robert began, his tone serious. "I care about you a lot, but we need to be cautious. I don't want things to get complicated." "I don't either," Claire responded, her heart heavy with the weight of their unspoken bond. Robert sighed, looking thoughtful. "It's okay to feel confused. You're growing up and your emotions are complex, but we need to respect the boundaries of our family." Claire realized she was at a crossroads. She could either embrace this connection or pull away to protect what remained of their family structure. The thought of losing her father's attention was unbearable, but she knew that crossing a line could have irreversible consequences. Maybe we should take a step back," she suggested, her voice trembling. For both of us, Robert nodded. "That's probably wise. I value our relationship, Claire. You mean the world to me, and I don't want to jeopardize that." As the days turned into weeks, Claire and Robert kept a respectful distance. Allowing the emotional intensity to settle, they focused on lighter conversations and family activities, each moment a reminder of what they were protecting. Yet the bittersweet ache of unspoken feelings lingered. Claire immersed herself in her studies, determined to find her own identity outside their bond. Meanwhile, Robert made an effort to reconnect with Lisa, recognizing the importance of their marriage. As winter approached, Claire felt a sense of resolution. She knew they needed clear boundaries, but the love between them still quietly pulsed beneath the surface. One evening, while flipping through family photo albums, she stumbled upon pictures from happier times, vacations, birthdays, and moments of laughter that reminded her of their strong family ties. That night, Claire decided to write Robert a letter, pouring her heart out about the confusion, warmth, and respect she felt. When she handed it to him the next day, Robert looked surprised but touched. "Thank you for sharing this with me," he said, his voice steady. "It means a lot. I just want us to be honest with each other." Claire replied, "I think we both felt this connection, but it's important we approach it carefully." From that moment, they committed to navigating their relationship with transparency and respect. They shared dinners, went on walks, and watched their favorite shows together, grounding their bond in mutual understanding. As the seasons changed, Claire found comfort in the new rhythm of their relationship. While the emotional connection remained, it was tempered with wisdom, and they embraced a more straightforward love, one that honored their family ties. In the heart of Maplewood, Claire and Robert moved forward side by side, navigating life's complexities. They learned that love can take many forms, marked by understanding and respect. With every passing day, Claire felt empowered to face whatever life had in store, knowing she had her father's unwavering support. Their bond, forever changed, remained beautifully intact.